Today I'm going to be walking y'all through how to make Osso Buco with polenta as the side dish. First we got to start with the meat. We're going to use a beef shank. Traditionally veal shank is used, but that's usually really hard to find, so beef shank it is. We're just going to salt brine it on a wire rack for ideally around 24 hours. And now for the veggies. We're going to start off by dicing 2 carrots. And then after we're also going to dice our onions. Both of these veggies are going to work extremely well in soaking up all the juices and are a perfect complement to the dish. Now the first thing we're going to do is to sear the beef shank. Start off with some tallow in a hot pan and then the shank. Our goal here is to have a nice and even sear. As you can see here, we did a pretty good job. The large bone can get in the way sometimes, so just make sure to press down the meat. Once done, just rest it on a wire rack, and now time for our veggies. We're going to start off by blistering the tomatoes and tallow. The goal is to get some light brown coloring. Once accomplished, add about a cup of red wine and simmer it until the alcohol burns off. The red wine and tomato combo is going to give the meat an unbeatable flavor. And then after most of the alcohol is burned off, go ahead and pop the tomatoes, then transfer the mix to a separate bowl. And now we're just going to sear our onions and carrots. Our goal is to get them nice and soft. And of course, we got to add salt and pepper to the mix. Make sure not to be shy on the salt. Now we're going to add bay leaf or 2 and rosemary in our mix, and then throw it back in the pot. Start off with half the mixture, and then we're going to place the shank on top. And then finally, we're going to put the rest of the mix in. It should cover the shank. As the shank finishes getting up to temp in the oven, it should soak in all these awesome flavors. You're looking for an internal temp of 190, and we'll bring it up low and slow at around 295 degrees. Just before it's about to be done, we're going to make our polenta. Pour in half a cup of cornmeal and simmer it with 3 cups of water. Once it thickens, mix in Parmesan and some olive oil, and that's it. Here's what the shank looks like once it's done, and now we just plate it. Hope you guys give this classic dish a try. It's phenomenal. Thanks so much for watching.